happy Monday and happy first day. Oh, there's a hair. First day of Cliterature Readathon. Will anyone see this weekly vlog? I have no idea, but I'm going to put in the effort. I'm gonna film the clips, and then I'm probably going to get frustrated with editing, and it's gonna take so many days to upload this, but we're gonna try. So, first order of today, I have my bingo board, and I think I'm going to go for a poll pick today. So I need to pick like 2 or 3 books that I potentially want to read that I want people to vote on. So this is my cart with my Cliterature books on it. I think I'm going to go with 3 totally different things. I'm gonna do this one, That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. We'll do an indie pick, Tell Me It's Right by Katie Wismer. And they keep falling down. And we'll go with this cutie, Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce. So I'm gonna get that poll posted and to see what book I'm gonna be starting with, because today my goal is to read Scythe and Sparrow because it comes out tomorrow. I started last night when I got in bed, but I only read like 1 chapter. It is carnival based, oh my gosh, and there's a doctor, and that's all I know so far. The girl is in the carnival and she's like a tarot reader, and she's the murderer, but maybe the doctor is as well, I'm not sure. But this will finish a series, so that's fantastic. And I love the Ruinous Love trilogy so much, so I'm excited to read this. And technically it's a romance, so it probably counts for one of these prompts. It's a new release, so it does technically count. Nice. So I'm going to get my poll posted probably on Instagram, and then I'm going to turn on sprints because Steph was doing sprints earlier, but I slept in and then I worked out. So I'm going to turn on sprints so I can read my book, drink my coffee, and chill out before work. Coffee, and I played this game this weekend where I was going through all of my stuff in the basement and, you know, trying to decide what we keep, what we get rid of, whatever. So I found some mugs. I've got this really pretty blue Gettysburg mug. So it is Tuesday, and I got Invisaligners this morning, so the lisp is all natural. So reading update. I am 132 pages into Scythe and Sparrow. I did not stay up as late last night reading this because I had to wake up for a dentist appointment. So I'm hoping to get through a lot more of this today. I'm about to leave for work. I don't know if I'm going to take this one with me or if I'm going to wait and read it when I get home. Probably that, because a hardcover book takes up so much more space in my book bag. So yeah. Anyway, that's where I am with Scythe and Sparrow, and I am loving it. So the doctor, the male character, Fionn Kane, he is the brother to the other two killers in the other two books. And then Rose Evans is a circus performer, and she is also a killer, but she does not know that he is a killer. He now knows that she is a killer, and he's like this super, I don't know, he's almost like the millennial grandma hobbies of men, because he crochets, and he's just got this super quiet life, and then she's kind of a little bit chaotic, and I'm loving the dynamic. So I have that. Yesterday I posted a poll for what book I should read for Cliterature-a-thon. So I had the beer emoji for this one, I had a dice emoji for Dating and Dragons, and I had an ocean emoji for Tell Me It's Right. And it was a 50-50 toss-up between these two. Unfortunately, I forgot to like record a picture of the poll. But I'm kind of leaning towards Dating and Dragons. It's nice and short. It's oh, I have it in as a new release, but maybe I'll be able to use it for something else as well, because Scythe and Sparrow is a new release that I thought about putting on my bingo board. But anywho, I'm really feeling the Dating and Dragons. I want something like cutesy. You know, I'm going from murder, and then I want cutesy again. I think it just makes sense. So this one is about Quinn Norton is starting over at a new high school and hopes that joining a D&D game will be the trick to making friends. The plan sounds even better when she's invited into a group that includes Logan Weber, the cute and charming guy she met on her first day of class. But this isn't your average D&D campaign. This group live streams their games and enforces strict rules. No phones allowed and no dating other group members. Quinn is willing to accept the rules even if it makes Logan off limits. And she quickly learns that doing so won't be a problem, since Logan goes from charismatic to insufferable as soon as she agrees to join in. As their bickering and bantering intensifies, inside and outside the game, Quinn can't help wondering, is Logan's infuriating behavior a smokescreen for hidden feelings? Quinn is risking it all, and the 20-sided dice are rolling in. Man. So I'm going to have these Invisaligners until July. Hopefully I get used to talking with them, because, oh my god, it's so different. Anyway, I'm going to go get ready for work, and I will check in once I've read some of Dating and Dragons. Good morning and happy Wednesday. So I did not get a snow day this week, unfortunately, but I thought we would do a little reading update. And like I said yesterday, I am a part of the Invisalign crew now. So from now until July, I'm gonna have this little lisp when I am talking and filming. So sorry, get used to it. So, reading update, I did not read any of Scythe and Sparrow yesterday. I'm still at page 132. And then Dating and Dragons, I did get to page 66. And this is so stinking cute. So it's about Quinn, and she is starting over at her like new school, and she makes friends with this girl. What's her name? I don't know. Anyway, she makes friends with this girl, and the girl invites her over to play D&D, and Quinn played D&D at her old school, so she was like, oh cool, let's go. And then she finds out that they stream their D&D games, and she gets really nervous, but then ultimately decides to join. And there's this guy Logan, and she met Logan on her first day of school, and he was super nice to her, and he was so cute and everything, and like obviously they're the couple on the book, but when she goes to the D&D game for the first time, Logan is there, and then he's kind of mean to her, and she's like, what is happening? And then come to find out there's a rule that they don't date within their D&D group. Like, they take it really seriously because they want to be like a Critical Role kind of streaming entertainment show, I guess. And she's like, oh, is this why he's being a jerk? And then he kind of makes this character who's a jerk. So, I don't know. And then he kind of like mansplains D&D to her, and she's like, oh, like I've played before, and she kind of like owns him with little, I don't know, little things about D&D. So it's really, really cute. I am loving this. I like this one more than the first book. And granted, this is a YA book, so go into it with those expectations, but I sort of want the parents' story a little bit. Like, they seem like a really cute little couple. But obviously this is a YA book, and that is not the point. And also, the one girl, she makes bracelets out of like old dice. Well, I guess not necessarily old, but out of dice. And I think that is the stinking cutest thing. And I sort of want to figure out how to do that. Obviously, I need a little tiny drill or something. I don't know. How do you put holes in dice? I don't know. So anyway, for today, I'm starting my morning kind of relaxed. And I'm listening to the Call Her Daddy episode with Kylie Kelsey. And then if I have time, I'm going to listen to the New Heights episode where they're going to talk about the Super Bowl. So I'm going to have a podcast heavy morning. But I do want to get into more of Dating and Dragons. And audiobook wise, I'm listening to a Dolly Parton audiobook. It's Behind the Seams, and it's all about like all her clothes that she's worn over the years. And I would recommend the audiobook because I'm sure the book has pictures, and it would be nice to actually see the outfits they're talking about. But the audiobook, excuse me, is narrated by Dolly herself, and it's like interview style, so it's been really interesting, and I'm having a really good time listening to it. I have like 2 hours left, I think, and the cover is pink, so I can use it for Cliterature, even though it has nothing to do with a romance book, but it's pink, so it's gonna count. Okay, and then I need to charge my camera. It's at like half battery, but I thought before we do that, we could do a little unboxing. So I did make a little purchase from my job, of course. I'm still waiting on one of the books. It has not shipped. I did order The Deep End or Wet by Ali Hazelwood. I know. I'm not supposed to read any more Ali Hazelwood. However, it caught my eye, and it's like a sports romance, so I ordered it, and I figure I have a couple of her other contemporary romances, and I'm like, maybe I'll do like a second chance kind of vlog. So anyway, let me get this opened up. Anyone who was following my reading journey from last week knows about one of these obsessions in here. So, lots of paper. Alright, so first up, as a surprise to no one who was here last week, I did pick up 2 more of BK Borison's books. I read Love Light Farms, and I do have Mixed Signals. It's gotta be. So I picked up In the Weeds and Business Casual so I can continue my BK Borison reading journey. So now I have all of the Love Light Farms books. If you get a chance to read First Time Caller, oh my god, it was so good, so good. I want to reread it on audiobook because I think it'll sound really good, because it is like a radio broadcast kind of thing. So I think if the audiobook is done kind of like a radio broadcast, or if it has those elements in it, I think it's going to be so good. Next, I have a book that I saw at work and it caught my eye. First of all, because the cover is kind of nice, and second of all, it just sounds funny. So it's called Death in the Downline, and it's about this girl, Drew. Let's see, and she thought she was destined to become a star journalist in New York City. But now she's back in New Jersey, pushing 30, newly single and living with her father. After a chance encounter, she reconnects with her best friend, Steph, who married young and never left their hometown. But Steph looks good. She is tanned, glowing, and only wears designer labels. Her secret, a skincare sales opportunity called Lumen US. With nothing left to lose, Drew gets sucked in to this glamorous world of downlines, sales parties, and girls' trips. But when Luminous Distributor is found dead, Drew must uncover the dark secret at her heart of her organization and save her best friend before it's too late. Gripping, wickedly funny, and a pitch-perfect skewering of pyramid schemes, Death in the Downline is a page-turner that will have readers cheering for Drew until the story's cathartic conclusion. So anyone who has been sucked into one of those MLM programs, that's why this caught my eye as a wannabe little hun, let's get real, back when I was freshly out of college. I think it's going to be funny. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see the downfall of this MLM in this book. So I've got that. This one, I needed it. Look, it's called My Funny Demon Valentine by Aurora Asher. Here's the cover, and here's our edges. Look, they're like cupids. Don't focus on me. And they're just like perfect little cupids. So cute. And look, the inside, it's bright pink. Do you have fun page design? Yes. Hold on. And it's cute page design. Oh my god. So this is Asmodeus, Prince of Hell, just wants to make music. Jazz specifically. Unfortunately, he's a demon and he's supposed to be evil. Clearly for Ash, a career as a musician isn't exactly an option. Plus, he's cursed. Sick of playing by the rules, Ash and his 3 brothers escape hell in search of freedom on Earth. But it's harder than they thought to keep their enemies off their tails. Yet everything changes for Ash when he meets a beautiful violinist who can see through the curse. No matter the risk, he has to have her. Evangeline Gregory is just your average human. She works at a jazz bar, plays gigs on weekends, and apparently hallucinates demons. At least that's what Eve tells herself moments after she meets the man of her dreams. She sees him shift into a 7-foot-tall monster, not believing her own eyes. Eva decides to investigate and soon finds herself in the middle of a supernatural clusterfuck. But Ash isn't the only one keeping secrets, and a shocking truth will change Eva's life forever. Or maybe just doom it. The path to love can be a complete hell. So that sounds interesting. And finally, I saw one of these books at work last week and I thought, oh my gosh, that sounds so interesting and a good thing to add to my collection. And then I found out that it's a whole like collection. So it's the Penguin Liberty collection. First we have a book about free speech and let's see. What does it say? Speech is the lifeblood of democracy, but only if we understand its true meaning and its role in sustaining our government. Key historical texts illuminate the immediate question and pressing issues for free speech. And it says the Penguin Liberty series by Penguin Classics. We look into the U.S. Constitution, texts and values, as well as American history and some of the country's most important thinkers to discover the best explanations of our constitutional ideas of liberty. Through these curated anthologies of historical, political, and legal classic texts, they offer everyday citizens the chance to hear the strongest defenses of these ideals, engage in constitutional interpretation, and gain new or renewed appreciation for the values that have long inspired the nation. It is Americans' great privilege that we live under a constitution that both protects our liberty and allows us to debate what that liberty should mean. So this one focuses on free speech. This one is Hamilton and select writings, so essays, speeches, and letters on constitutional ratification, pardoning powers, the Bank of the United States, and foreign policies. But it also has this compelling engagements with James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams, and his legendary conflict with Aaron Burr. So this one is all about Alexander Hamilton. And then this one, so great, Decisions and Dissents of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So this is about her essential writings on gender equality and women's rights, reproductive health care, and civil rights. So this will have a lot of her important decisions and writings. This one is Classic Supreme Court Cases. And so this talks about landmark cases that address the origins of judicial review, racial discrimination, civil rights and liberties, the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause, reproductive rights, LGBTQ rights, and federal government regulatory powers. And these are all edited by Corey Brettschneider. He's a professor of political science at Brown, where he teaches constitutional law and politics. He's a teacher of the Constitution. And finally, on impeachment, the presidency, oh my god, I swear, like, I think just having these things in have made me a really bad reader, speaker, all of it. We're struggling. On impeachment, the presidency. On impeachment, the presidency on trial. This is an anthology of key historic writings that illuminate the role of the presidential impeachment has played in American history and politics. It explores the impact of impeachment or a threat of impeachment on 3 U.S. presidents before Donald Trump. We have Andrew Jackson, Richard Nixon, and Bill Clinton. So this one sounds super specific, but also these are fairly short. Like, all of this is introduction and what do you call it? Table of contents, and then this is the actual book. So it is 150 pages. Not bad. So that is a little mini book haul. Just had to clear out my camera, so that's fun. Anyway, we have book related mail. This should be my Valentines bookmarks. Plus I picked up an extra bookmark. So I thought we needed to open this together. Look at that cat. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, the sticker. I need to figure out how to not rip this. So it says, thanks for visiting Carry On City, which if you haven't participated in Realmathon before, it's a competitive team-based readathon hosted by Covers with Cassidy. And this time we're in a town. I honestly haven't really looked at much other than, like, I watched the announcement video and I picked a team, and then I forgot about it because I knew if I thought too much about it, that's all I would want to do. Okay, so of course I got my team's bookmark, and then I got 2 cat bookmarks because why not? So my team I chose was the Ravens, and look at that, that's so cute. I love the ombre, and it says Carry On City on the back. And then I got 2 cat bookmarks because of course I did. So we've got the Spooky Pumpkin cat with the sparkles. And it has the Dragon Stable on the back because that is her Patreon name. And then this one is like a sage green with silver. And it's kind of spooky with cats and pumpkins. And again, Dragon Stable. So that's my cute little bookish haul. I will have the TBR going up for March at some point in the end of the month. So with Realmathon, there are like a list of prompts, and you can choose, I think, 5 per book, and you can either attack another team, or you can defend your team. And I think last year I just kind of like mood read, and then I would go, like when I'd log my book, I would just pick whatever, you know, matched my book that was the highest points, because that way I was reading things that I really wanted to read, which makes sense to me. So I think I'm just going to figure out what things I have to read for March and what things I'm in the mood for. And then we're going to go from there. And hopefully the Ravens will be victorious. So I have like half an hour before I have to leave, get ready to leave for work. So I'm going to continue with Dating and Dragons. I read like 20 pages so far. Hosting sprints on my channel. I am finally in my sprinting era again, and I inserted a clip of it. There's an eras themed Flocus countdown timer. It's so freaking cute. It's so my style. I'm loving it. And you can apparently hook up Spotify to Flocus, so I'm gonna have to work with that when I'm not live. I mean, I don't want to disturb all of the 2 people who are watching, so, you know, I'm gonna have to play with that at some point. So, reading update, I have about 100 pages left of Dating and Dragons, and I am loving this book. It is so stinking cute. So Quinn and Logan, like Quinn moves into a new town and she joins this D&D group, and they are like Critical Role wannabes. They stream their games and everything, and there's a rule where they cannot date within their group, but she kind of met Logan before she was in the group, and we finally hit the point where like they've admitted to each other that they like each other, and they're kind of pursuing it, and they want to bring it to the group and be like, hey, can we date? Can we not? So I'm sure there's going to be some sort of breakup at some point, and then they'll get back together. There was just a scene with a baby cow. Thank you. Thank you to the author, Chrissy Boyce. That was adorable. Baby farm animals. I'm loving it. So, I'm going to go ahead and try to finish reading this. And then my goal is to start This Girl America by Chelsea Prince. This is going to be my indie book read for Cliterature. So it says 3 boys, 3 years, 1 assignment. America Rossi's life used to be easy. She worried about not missing Saved by the Bell reruns, collecting enough Lisa Frank school supplies, and trying to convince her parents to switch from VHS to DVDs. This is very like millennial 90s vibes. That was until high school changed it all. The start of a new millennium was also the start of America's real-world experiences. They were nothing like she thought they'd be. Not her first kiss or the boys she thought she loved, not the town she grew up in or the peers she thought she knew. Now she must figure out her senior year goals for the assignment, a 4-year-long project of goal setting and letters of reflection. But after years of unexpected heartbreak, traumatizing experiences, and uncovering some harsh societal truths, she's found herself with no goals. Were things really that bad? In hopes of finding a new, renewed outlook, she decides to open the freshman, sophomore, and junior letters she already completed for the assignment. The letters take her back to the start of high school and into the relationships she has desperately tried to forget. Will reading these letters remind her of how far she's come, or will they send her into an even darker place? Hello, good morning and happy Friday. I'm currently on sprints on my channel and I just finished a book. Yay! So it is the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, and I finished 3 books so far. So I did finish Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce, and I just like logged it in all the places, and I am so obsessed with this book. It was so good. I love how, like, there was obviously a relationship, like romance in the book between Quinn and Logan. However, I felt like their world was very full, and like Quinn was dealing with all of this stuff. Like, she just moved to a new town, so she was making new friends in this new city, and she was falling into that friend group and this new like D&D group. And she had these very dynamic relationships at home with her brother, her parents. Her grandmother played a big role in this book, which I thought was really interesting. I like how we got to see some of Logan's family as well. Like, while the relationship was the center focus of this book, it wasn't the only focus, which I thought was fantastic. So it is 11 o'clock, and so we still have a couple more sprints left in us. So I think I'm going to jump into Scythe and Sparrow. I'm on page 132 out of like 380 some pages. So I would like to finish this at some point. And I also started This Girl America yesterday by Chelsea Prince for my indie book. So these two are my focuses for today, because Romantasy-a-thon starts tomorrow. So I need to start reading my romantasy books starting with tomorrow. I end this vlog today. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Because I'm going to have to edit and upload this, which is always fun. Alright, so I'm going to go and be productive and see if I can finish another book.